Hello! In this Module 2 wrap-up video, I want to distinguish two terms used in the analysis of film music, non-diegetic and diegetic. Diegetic sounds or music are music or sounds that the characters within the diegesis or plot or narrative recognize. They may not initially react to the sounds or music, however, after a couple minutes or even seconds, it becomes apparent that they would be in the presence of music and or sounds. So examples of diegetic music include sound effects such as knocking, instrumental music played by the characters, or sounds on television that the characters are watching. Non-diegetic music, on the other hand, is music that is only for the audience. So the audience should not be, or the audience is only aware of the music and the characters should not be aware of it. Now in postmodern film, sometimes this wall is bridged and all of a sudden non-diegetic music is actually witnessed by our characters, and we don't have a term for that, but you could certainly describe that as happening. So examples of non-diegetic music include the entire orchestra playing in the background to create a mood, often known as mood music, or specifically underscoring if it is occurring underneath dialogue. And I say underneath dialogue because in the hierarchy of sounds for a soundtrack, the dialogue is going to be in the foreground and all other sounds are going to be not as important so that the dialogue is heard and in the background. So it is underneath the dialogue. Other examples of our underscore or non-diegetic, I'm having trouble saying that, sounds include sound effects that are not for the characters. So I did say that sound effects were diegetic sounds. However, that's when the characters are cognizant of them. But there are certainly sound effects that occur in films that are to scare the audience, right? Especially in the genre of horror films. So perfect example is in Psycho. All of a sudden we hear this really dissonant string chords, wee, 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 right? And you're like, look, just turn around, stop taking your shower, you're gonna get stabbed to death. But instead she doesn't and she dies. So we were aware of the danger, but she was not because it was non-diegetic music. All right, if you have any questions about how to describe film music, let me know.